So I forgot to mention an important topic when it comes to functions, and that is scope. As we move into object-oriented programming, scope is going to be an essential component. Understanding that once you declare a variable inside of a function, its scope is that function. So that's what scope is. You can have a global scope. What I just talked about, a variable being defined inside of a function, that's a local scope. So just you have to be aware of what the scope of your variables are. So to demonstrate this, let's just create a quick function called define. Let's call it scope example. And all we're going to do is we're going to increment count. Let's do 5. And then we're going to, at the end, we're going to print count. And so this variable count is defined within scope example. So this variable can only be used within scope example. So this is going to print out 5. And it does. So if I try to do print count out here, it's going to say, you're going to see right away that it says count is not defined, because count was defined within scope example. So count can only be used within scope example. So that's the local scope. So we can't print out count, or else we're getting an error. Count is not defined. But if we print out count here, so that now this is actually interesting. What do you think will print out if I do print count? And let's not print count here. So let's actually remove this. So we have count equals 0, and we're going to set count equal to 5. Okay. And let's actually run scope example first. It's going to print out 0. Why? Because the scope, this count is local to this function, okay? So you cannot use this count variable outside of this function. So it's going to use this count variable, the ones that's defined globally. So this is a global variable. This global variable can be used within functions. So to demonstrate this, if I wanted to use count equals 0 in this function, right now it's saying count is not accessed. Well, we can do that. We can do global count. And now count is, we're able to use count. So we're using this global keyword telling Python that we want to use the global variable count. And remember, global just means that it's defined outside of, all your functions, your methods, and whatnot. So we have this global variable count, and we're saying that we want to use this global variable. And now we're setting count equal to 5. When we print this out, now count is 5. Okay? So, pretty quick video compared to my other ones, but I think that's something that you need to know. Scope. And in the next video, I said in the last video, we'll be talking about classes. In the next video, we'll be talking about classes and object-oriented programming. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy.